Hello fellow watchers, we have some awesome news for you. In celebration of the return of the Marvelous Wave and with the Falcon and the Winter Soldier starting next month, we have a prize for one of you. A 1-to-1 scale replica of Captain America's shield. If you would like to join the raffle, first please like this video and subscribe to our channel. And then please go to Twitter and follow @StupendousWave. Leave a comment tagging @StupendousWave with hashtag #TheMarvelousWave and tell us who your favorite Marvel villain is. The winner will be announced on March 19th when the Falcon and the Winter Soldier drops. So keep an eye open, watchers, and get to tweeting. As the Ancient One told the Hulk in Avengers Endgame, the Infinity Stones are important to the flow of time and even the existence of the universe, so we may not have seen the last of them. Welcome, watchers of the Marvel Multiverse. This is the voice of the Marvelous Wave. Let us observe all that occurs. Since the trailer for Wandavision hinted at the return of the Mind Stone, we may see these powerful artifacts return to the MCU. The Infinity Stones in the comics have been destroyed, lost, scattered, remade, and refound quite a few times. They never quite seem to disappear, always showing up when someone decides that they need them to grant their wishes. And with the past phases setting up stories where the Infinity Stones could show up again, we may not have seen the last of these powerful artifacts. The most obvious stories that we will likely see these in again are Wandavision and Loki. But what are some other places we may see the stones again? And what roles may they play? First things first, we want to propose a theory about Wanda and the Infinity Stones and how she may bring them back. First off, we know that the Mind Stone was heavily involved in what was probably just the awakening of Wanda's powers, but that doesn't mean that's where they come from. From what it appears, especially because of the red coloring to Wanda's powers, could it be that the chaos magic she draws from comes from the Reality Stone? With Wanda's powers never have really received an official name or even said to be magic until now. Just what is the source of Wanda's magic? In Marvel Comics, her powers are a mix of mutant abilities, which are known as her hex powers, and magical training to control chaos magic that she was given the ability to wield at birth from the elder god Chthon. This may come into play in WandaVision, where we may learn that the Mind Stone unlocked her mutant abilities, and that her time in Westview near Agatha and possibly Mephisto awakened her chaos magic. And with a version of the Darkhold appearing in Agatha's basement, it could be Chthon or Mephisto giving her these powers. It could turn out that her hex powers were just the mutant abilities to use telekinesis and mind manipulation, and this is because they are taken from the Mind Stone, but the magic possibly given to her by Mephisto changes and shapes reality so that she could accidentally open a door to allow him into the world. And this in and of itself may be because Mephisto takes power from the Reality Stone. With Wanda's new ability to shape and change the world around her, and because of the red hue that her powers normally give off, she just might be indirectly taking power from this Infinity Stone. And as Dr. Darcy Lewis points out in episode 4, the hex around Westview is giving off a lot of cosmic microwave background radiation, which dates back to the Big Bang and could very well be tied to one or multiple of the Infinity Stones. And if Wanda's reality powers are being boosted by the Reality Stone, we just may see it again, possibly in the hands of Mephisto or Chthon. Speaking of powers that might be influenced by Infinity Stones, we want to talk a little about Agatha. From first glance, Wanda and Agatha seem to have very similar powers, with Agatha, however, seemingly being more powerful and more experienced. But because of the purple hue to her powers, could it be possible that she derives her abilities from the Power Stone? Perhaps in the last few episodes, as Wanda and Agatha approach their final duel, Wanda will use magic that will change reality, whereas Agatha uses magic that is sheer power. There is another possibility, however, that may show Wanda's connection to all the Infinity Stones. From what we have seen in WandaVision so far, Wanda may have the ability to tap into the power of all of the Infinity Stones. The Mind Stone may have been a conduit to access all of the powers the stones possess, giving her the ability to tap into the energy of the universe. Some examples of this possibility, first off, include the Mind Stone. We see these powers manifest early on in her introduction. Her very first abilities involve using her mind and manipulating other people's minds. We see a little bit of the Mind Stone's true power through Wanda when she manipulates the minds of the Avengers in Age of Ultron. It is later stated that these visions come from the Mind Stone. which is why many of the prophecies in them come true. Another possibility that shows that Wanda's powers may be tied to the stones, specifically the Mind Stone in this case, is her ability to bring Vision back from the dead. Could this be because she is projecting the power of the Mind Stone into Vision so that he can live with his own thoughts and similar personality to that which he had before his death at the hands of Thanos? Another example that may show her ability to tap into the energies of the Infinity Stones is when she reverses time, and she might have also pulled energy from the Soul Stone to give the twins their souls. So far it seems we have seen her draw powers from the Reality Stone, the Soul Stone, the Mind Stone, the Time Stone, but not the Space Stone or the Power Stone. It may be that Agatha is blocking her ability to draw from the Power Stone, but we may still see her draw from each of these stones in the upcoming episodes. And if it does turn out to be the case that Wanda's powers come from the Infinity Stones, she may become a much more important character as the MCU drives forward. With the Mind Stone seemingly going to appear soon in WandaVision, it is probable that we will learn just where Wanda gets her powers from, whether it comes from the Infinity Stones' leftover energy, new stones entirely, or simply just the Mind Stone and then amplified by an extra dimensional being. Another stone we will likely see again is the Space Stone, and with it all of the others, but in a new timeline. A lot of this theory depends on the events of Loki. We know he escapes with the Tesseract by using it, and therefore using the Space Stone. So wherever he does end up, he will probably be carrying the Tesseract with him in this new reality. This once again brings up what the Ancient One said to Hulk, that removing any one Infinity Stone from the timeline will alter the new timeline, leaving one less defense against evil. Although the Space Stone is still technically in the timeline and could be retrieved, it is not where it needs to be and has altered the events for the foreseeable future. And the future for Loki looks a bit bleak. In much of the commercial we see apocalyptic and post-apocalyptic landscapes and events. Perhaps this is because the stone went missing and the new world is suffering the consequences. Because Loki has changed this timeline, we may also get to see characters that have died because of the Infinity Stones. This is because we see a character that looks a lot like Black Widow. This may be a chance to bring her back, as well as Gamora, in this new reality. But then again, Loki may just find Black Widow as he is looking for the other Infinity Stones. He may come across her searching for the Soul Stone on Vormir, finding her trapped in time as a permanent price for the Soul Stone, no matter what reality it is in. This also may show us just what the Soul Stone can do in the MCU, as it has never been used much on its own or really even shown what it can fully do. Thanos did use the Soul Stone momentarily when fighting Doctor Strange and the copies of him to find the real one, as well as force him out of his body and into his astral form for a moment. But even this does not show what this stone, rumored to be the most powerful of all of the Infinity Stones, could possibly do. In the comics, the stone itself has a desire to collect souls, able to trap them within itself in a place known as the Soul World, and once this soul is trapped, the holder of the stone gains all the memories and skills of those they've trapped. It also gives the wielder the ability to know information about a person's soul before they get trapped and protects them from soul-based attacks. So what we could see in Loki with Black Widow is that she could be trapped in the Soul World, powering the Soul Stone, and Loki communicating with her to gain knowledge and skills or her memories. It would be nice to see more about the Soul Stone, but also the rest of the stones as well, as they are in this new reality. It'll be interesting to see if Loki's plans even involve the stones, and if they do, just what are his plans with them. Another reason we may see the Infinity Stones again is because we may be seeing Adam Warlock in Guardians of the Galaxy 3. With the cocoon being teased at the end of the last Guardians adventure, he is probably going to appear, as it has been said that he is one of James Gunn's favorite characters. Although he may start out as an antagonist to the Guardians, he will most likely end up as a Guardian himself, joining this ever-growing team. Although we probably won't see much, if anything, about the Infinity Stones in this third entry, that doesn't mean we won't see them in the future of Adam Warlock's story. This is because Adam Warlock has always had a lot of arcs with the Infinity Stones, from using them to rewrite history to destroy the Magus, or evil version of himself, to leading to the Infinity Watch, a group dedicated to keeping them out of the hands of those who would misuse them. Adam Warlock's story would be an interesting way to bring back the stones, because he has a special bond to the Soul Stone. He has been known as one of the most powerful wielders of the Soul Stone, because he is the only one known to retain his own will under its control. Could this mean that if and when the souls are brought back or replaced in the MCU, Adam Warlock and possibly the Guardians of the Galaxy are the ones who take charge in keeping them safe from the rest of the universe? The MCU's Adam Warlock could be very different, but it would be nice to see him fulfill some of the roles he fills in the comics. With Adam Warlock's interesting history with the Infinity Stones, it would be a missed opportunity if we don't get to see some of these stories in the MCU. There's a lot that the Infinity Stones could still bring to the MCU, and from what we are seeing in Wandavision, it's probably not the last we've seen of them. And with it sounding likely that for the universe to function correctly they need to exist, they need to be around for the foreseeable future, despite being destroyed or returned to their timelines. Do you want to see more of the Infinity Stones? Do you think the Infinity Stones will play a big role in future MCU stories? Thank you so much for watching. Please like this video and subscribe to assemble and join our team, and have a great day.